Class, welcome to week 6. We are on legal week, and I'm thrilled to be in our legal structure week. Students usually fall into one of two categories. They love this, it's fascinating, they eat it up, or they look at it and their eyes glaze over and they say, don't talk to me about licenses and taxes, and that's the boring side of business. So whichever side of that pendulum you fall on, uh, I think this will be an instructive week for you either way. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. I'm going to walk you through the assignments and why I find it so fascinating and the impact on your business. A lot of this will be up to you and your research on your particular business. You got some exciting decisions to make here. Don't forget your project 2 is due this week. So let's jump into our first topic, legal structure. There's a disclaimer on here. We're not providing legal advice. Um, you are welcome to reach out to an attorney to ask them if you'd like. That is your prerogative. This is just giving you the basics around forming a legal business. This link at hg.org is the main part of your content. And I won't read this, but I do want to explain why we're sectioning it down to some of these key business types. There's a ton of business options out there. There's nonprofits, there's S corps, C corps, partnerships, sole proprietorships. I'm just going to highlight a couple on here, and this article doesn't even go into all details, and that's intentional. You're starting a business for most of you for the first time, and there's really not a lot of impetus to get into a complex business structure right off the bat. You can always evolve it as time goes on. So these are some of the more simple options out there. Number one is a sole proprietor. This is the most simple form. In many states or territories, you simply have to notify the local government that you are forming a business. It really doesn't take much more than that. In the court of law, you typically just have to show that you own the business, you acted as the owner of the business, and that makes you a sole proprietor. It means that you get to make all the decisions in the business. You have complete control over the company. The downside to sole proprietorship and partnership that I'll explain in just a minute is the personal risk. In the eyes of the law, for a sole proprietor or a partner or in a partnership, your personal assets are viewed as the same as your business assets, which only impacts you in the event of a lawsuit. So if someone sues you, your personal assets are at risk along with the business assets. Um, we'll get into some other uh, forms of legal structure that protect your personal assets. Um, the partnership, as I mentioned, is very similar to a sole proprietorship. It just has two or more people. It can be organized in any way you'd like, 50-50, 99%, 1% ownership. It can be divided 3 ways. However you want to structure that, a partnership is simply a sole proprietorship with two or more people, which again, you have all the control over the business. Um, you get to make the decisions, and you bear the risk. I won't go over corporations. There's some tax benefits to some of those, but again, those typically get into more complex structures. But I will highlight this last one, limited liability companies. A limited liability corporation is an extremely common form of business for new business owners or small business owners. It's fairly simple to set up. And the difference between the sole proprietorship and the LLC is in a limited liability corporation, you are essentially telling the world or the customers with which you interact that your liability in the event of a lawsuit is limited to the business assets. So your personal assets are protected. And that's the appeal of the LLC. Eventually, as the business grows, you would have to form a board, and that board could eventually vote you out as the owner of the company. There's been some high profile cases where this happened, most notably Apple in the late 80s did this to Steve Jobs. Then he later returned to the company, of course, and had great success with Apple. But so there is some loss of control in a limited liability corporation. That is the drawback. So those are kind of the pros and cons between sole proprietor, partnership, LLC. Those are the most common forms. You are certainly welcome to do a corporation or a nonprofit or any other form if you feel like that suits your needs. But that kind of gives you the basic legal structures. And then for this assignment, you'll just go through and assess the different legal structures and choose one for your business and explain um, why you felt like that was the best choice, and then explain how you would set it up. Licenses and taxes are going to be a little bit more specific to the state or country or territory in which you're living. Um, there's some links at the bottom here that kind of get you started, but they're just examples. If you lived in Idaho, it kind of gives you some basic information of the licenses and taxes you would need, but you'll really need to do your own research on this depending on where you live. This isn't something where I can provide general guidance because it does vary so much locale to locale. So do your research. You'll go through and you'll answer the questions in step 3 in a Word document, and then make sure you copy and paste the URLs of any of the websites you used or any information. If you're struggling with some of those URLs to get the information you need, you might want to call directly to your city or state or territory government office. Uh, Small governments, or excuse me, local governments are built to many times incentivize business creation because they get additional tax revenue. So they want you to start a business. Um, And so because of that, there's typically readily information readily available either on the website or by calling a local office and talking to someone saying, "Hey, I'm trying to start a business. I'm trying to understand what licenses and taxes I need to know about." And typically, you'll find someone ready to help you. So that'll be it for the 2 assignments this week. If there are any questions on those, or if you're having a hard time finding additional information that you need, please reach out. um, Happy to provide some guidance. As I mentioned, I really enjoyed this assignment, not just because I think it's fascinating to see how you might reason through which legal structure applies, but it's great to see the variation of licensure and tax requirements across the country, across the world. Many of our international students provide some great information on this, um, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see your responses on this. Thanks, everybody.